And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we all get back together. Of course, Greg is here. And Greg, you've got a special guest on your side of the room over there.
I had to find someone to fill the chair, you know.
She's out flying around.
Hey, I told Mr. Mike, I said, you got a big pair of shoes to fill, like some 15 triple E's, but, you know.
Now, for the folks who don't know Mike, Greg explained exactly what he does over
This
here.
is world-renowned outdoorsman. I mean, this guy can call a turkey up out of the Piggly Wiggly, they said.
It bring him back to life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I mean, he can do it. But no, welcome, Mr. Mike Giles. He's got a new book out. He's going to tell us about it a little later. And he is the man, hunting, fishing.
How long you been hunting? What time? How old were you when you started?
Well, I started about probably 8 years old with my grandfather.
Yeah, and we all kind of done that. I can remember tromping around in the woods when I was a kid trying to learn this, that, and the other.
Well, he's known throughout the South. He's been known to tote a bundle of shingles up a ladder, too, somebody said. But, you know.
That's just rumor.
That's just rumor.
But I'm going to tell you
He
something.
did that to support his hunting habit.
You got to have it. That roofing business, y'all, I done that one summer with Glenn. And if you've never done any roofing before in your life, let me tell you something. That's serious work.
Football practice is easy after a summer on the roof.
Yeah. And y'all think about that. About mid-July, you ever pass by and see somebody and think, whoa.
Yeah.
It's tough.
What time do you exit the roof during a work day? Isn't it like 11:30?
Well, you know, I did it the first half of my life, but, you know, I would get there at crack of dawn and, you know, in hot summertime.
Yeah.
You know, if we were going to tear one off, we'd tear it off. And once it got put back on that side or whatever, by 1 o'clock, we're gone.
You have to be. It's rough out there. And there's so many of us that, you know, if you don't do that for a living, you just don't realize how bad that is. And it's rough.
Anything outdoors, sometimes you've got to get used to it.
Yeah, but you can get an aluminum boat and throw a crankbait in the same weather. And
Ain't the
something
same.
about it, it never bothers you like that, you know?
Is it true about the greatest day of your life is the 2 times is buying a boat and then the second selling it?
Well, you know, when you live the game like I do, and a lot of the people down here, no. Because we don't care what the boat looks like, as long as that little crane get us that hole.
You know what boat stands for, don't you?
Oh, tell us. I'm sure you are.
Yeah,
break out enough.
another 1,000.
Yeah. That's a hole in the yard that you throw $100 bills in.
Every time you walk by, it's like the teepee at the up there with that casino. Just go by with a donation plate, you'll be better off.
You know, and you don't even think about it when it comes to, if you were to seriously sit down and add up the 4-wheeler, your guns, and everything that camp did, man.
Oh, I could buy a couple of calves every year and have them. I'm sorry, that's a sure thing. You know what I mean? There's a pretty good chance on that calf, but it ain't near about as much fun. And you don't get to tell near about as many lies. I meant stories. About it, yeah.
There's a lot of, what do they call them, little white lies that come to deer hunting. He was yay big.
Mm-hmm. They grow before you get back to the truck.
They do.
Especially if you miss.
And do you teach that class, Mike? Let me just ask this, because I know of a few in Lauderdale County. That picture taking technique to where you hold the horns just right.
Or the fish is way out there. You got to have them 12-foot arms to get that picture of that fish.
You hide that stick, you holding it closer to the camera with.
You teach people how to do that?
Oh, man, if they're with me, I have to show them how to do it every once in a while to get my own picture. But, you know, some people can take a deer and make it look small.
Yeah.
Right? I'm telling you some really big ones, and if you take way out there and it's, big 6'3"
So how do you what is the proper way if you've got a deer that you want to make it look massive? How do you hold it in the picture?
I want to fill the frame up and get as close to him as I can.
Hold it closer to the camera?
Well, you get them to have it just a normal, but you get the camera as close as you can to fill them up with the frame, and it's going to show the full benefit and probably more. You back off 6-7 feet,
Yeah.
It's gonna look small.
Okay, so get closer.
Except that one you got on the wall. If you just stick your head in between the horns,
She's a. There ain't no reason for me to ever go hunting again in my life.
That's right.
I mean, I could never top that. It ain't gonna happen. So I'm happy, and I'm warmer nowadays too. I'd like to point that out.
well, you got that jacket you can take in.
That's right.
Got
Boy.
batteries.
And, that goes to. I'm gonna have to hunt up the little buddy because. Long about December, January is where they start running out of the propane bottles.
Well, there's no more because Greg bought them all last 2 years ago.
I collect. Hey, I even got my own kit now. Well, I got me a
Refuel?
Well, I can fill up my little bottles, but I got where I can hook a big bottle up to my propane heater in the shooting house.
That is better than go get
And
a refill.
You can just get McDonald Hill or Sanders come by and fill up your shooting house bottle.
That's not a bad idea.
But you're right on the pictures. There's an art to that. Oh, Luke Wimberly can show you how to make them look monstrous. Now, when you get down there with your deer, he'll
Yeah.
fill up that.
Sometimes there's a trick to dates have tinted windows. We're just saying that, Y'all watch that. Already
She was real close to the camera. Moving on.
I was not going there. But we got a lot of events that are happening this weekend we're going to tell you about, of all the trick-or-treating that's going to be happening, a lot of that. And fall festivals are going to be filling the air for the next few days. The Candy Crawl downtown Meridian. Kids are going to love that. This is their time of year as they get ready for a lot of fun. And we want to remind you, it's just all about getting some candy, being some fun.
Yep.
I'm ready for it to be over with so I can listen to Christmas music.
You're already listening to Christmas music.
Well, I have snuck in a little bit here and there, but until midnight, October 31st, I can start listening to
that. And your
Christmas music.
romantic movies and the snowflakes.
Hallmark, thank you.
We had to get cable at the office down there so we could watch Hallmark.
Well, you're just mad because you thought they was going to lose a Christmas tree farm.
I was banking on it.
So when is it legitimately okay to listen to Christmas music?
Midnight after Halloween.
So you don't even wait till Thanksgiving.
Well, no. I'm thankful for Christmas music.
Elvis is coming, y'all. There's nothing quite like it. Gene Autry, and this just goes on and on of what you got to hear.
Pretty Paper, Willie Nelson. I heard it this morning at 5:30.
He's already got it on his Sirius radio.
Yes, sir.
What was and remind me of this, Reba done it and Grandpa Jones recorded it originally, if I remember
about
correctly.
coming to visit the elderly guy. He got the message the Lord spoke to him. Tomorrow I'm gonna come visit
Right.
you. And sent the beggar lady that was cold and the small child that was lost, and he was upset. He said, Lord, what did I do wrong? He said, 3 times I knocked upon your door and 3 times you answered.
That is some strong.
That's strong,
stuff.
buddy. That's strong.
And what is the name of it? Because if you've never heard it, is it the Visit or something like that?
The Visitor or something like that. But yeah, that's strong.
So y'all look for that this year. I know Reba redid it after all those years, but Grandpa Jones done it originally, and it speaks to the heart. Strong stuff there. Gene's going for that Hard Candy Christmas with Dolly.
Oh yeah.
That was good stuff there. And of course, Kenny Rogers probably recorded it all. He's got them all. Smoky Mountain. What was his hallmark thing? Smoky Mountain Christmas or
Smoky Mountain Memories was Ronnie Millsap.
No, that was actually what's his name? Bard Angel, Mel, who we talked about him this week. I met a friend of yours today.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
What's it? Mel. I am at a loss for. I can't believe I didn't know this. Mel. It'll come.
The only Mel I know is Mel Tillis.
Well, there's Mel's Diner.
Well, yeah, I mean, but kiss my grits.
Greg, you know this as well as I do. So on the tip of my tongue. He had a birthday earlier this week.
Well, it obviously wasn't that important to you because you don't remember. You probably
misspelled it.
You probably didn't even send anything.
McDaniel?
No, not Mel McDaniel.
No, I'll think of that.
Mel McDaniel was stand up. Ain't that right?
Let's see. Yeah, stand up. Tell us all about it. Bard Angel. Let me see who it is. I'm
Mel Street, probably.
Mel Street. That's it.
Steve had it. Katie had it.
Mel Street, y'all. Let me tell you something.
Miss Wally was on.
Oh, that's
there.
strong too.
He was just it, and would have been Smoky Mountain Memories, and the list goes on of what that man done. Barred Angel. Yeah. And boy, he talked about subjects you couldn't talk about now in a country song.
Oh yeah. Well, they don't have country songs anymore.
That's right.
You make my speakers go boom boom. I'm sorry. That just makes me want to throw up.
We'll tell you about a great event that happened last night that I went to out at Squealer's Barbecue. And
you were at a homecoming last night
I was there
also,
too.
wasn't you? Did you and Odie get crowned?
No, we missed out.
Must have been more than 2 people.
It was more than 2 people there.
we got voted down.
Yeah, they told us to leave.
I thought you was Burger King when I seen you on TV.
Yeah, and that fake crown on.
That must have been a big thing. I was talking to Judge Nick, and I said, I'm going to a homecoming thing. He goes, I am too. I said, well, I'll see you there. Little did I know that there were 2 in town. He went to North Point. We went to Brookdale.
Yeah.
So there were 2 of them going
That
on.
is awesome, though, that y'all participating in that. Again,
Oh, man. Well,
I hate to be
participated in
nice,
that.
but
My
my
mama was
hat's
in it.
off to y'all.
My mama
for
was
going.
in the homecoming court, you know.
That means a lot to those folks.
Oh,
Yes.
y'all think about that, because we all going to be there one day.
Oh yeah, some of us sooner than later.
Hush.
I'm glad y'all are older than me.
You're just trying to push it, aren't you, there, Greg?
We can tell by the Santa hat.
Here's the homecoming queen and king from last night.
Awesome.
They were great there, and I want to say we got a few more pictures from that event. I know I've got some that I may not have listed. Here's me and Odie standing on the street corner there. We were trying to talk. Percy Bland was there. We got to see, who else was, Donnie Jenkins was leading the Meridian Police Department there in the parade.
Thank you, Robin. Mama was beautiful yesterday.
But
Absolutely. You got a sweet mama. I'm going to tell you what. And that ain't bad. She 50% for kids. Charlene's sweet, too.
You just don't know her real well. Just because y'all went looking for mama together.
Look, all I got to say is we had one car that was going to be late for the event for the parade, and they had to hold it off, and it might have been Charlene.
Yeah.
Well, good things are worth waiting on.
There
Greg
you go.
told me, he says, you are not leaving this weekend until you put an air tag on your mom.
Put it in their clothes.
Last time
He went out of town, Mama come up missing. It was my first weekend, too. The first week to ever be in charge of the kingdom, you know,
Yeah.
and I was so happy. And he ain't been gone 15 minutes, and I lost his mama.
Found her a whole state away. You can't even get there from here.
We'll be right back as we start your day together. J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian.
When it comes to enhancing your outdoor experience, you need a companion that can keep up. The Kubota RTV 850 Sidekick at Parrish is your ultimate utility vehicle for every adventure. From the deer camp, trail riding, or just working on the farm, the Sidekick delivers powerful performance and versatility. These units start at $15,499 cash and have a $2,000 rebate. Financing is available as low as $285 a month.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows,
Call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. As I got a call last night, I just settled back. I just got back from Squealers. Is where I got back.
About 11 or 12.
It was somewhere right around in there. And I got this call of, hey, there's this naked dude standing up in front of the Dollar General trying to hide behind the pillar.
Or maybe he was listening to the music there at Squealers.
It could be. As we would soon find out, Naked Man was back on the run. He would take off as police arrived, he would take off from the Dollar General, boogie there, and he would make his way down 35th Avenue. He would come up on the four-way stop there. There's a gas station. There's Regency Apartments. And he was last seen
disappeared.
sprinting through there with just a do-rag at Regency.
Now, didn't he hurt his arm not too long ago? Went to the hospital or something?
Yeah, that's because he got shot at Regency Apartments running through there naked.
Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened? Yeah, I did.
Don't look, Ethel.
It's too late.
He made it last night. He lived to live another day of running naked. He's still at large this morning. And again, do-rag. And somebody said they thought, I'm not sure, they saw a cell phone in his hand for the first time.
Well, he didn't have a pocket.
He held it.
And if anybody doesn't know, if you've never, we live in, I keep forgetting the technology. Google Ray Stevens and the Streak.
Yeah.
Because people that don't understand what we're always laughing about. Back, believe it or not, years ago, music was good.
Yeah.
And it had funny stuff. Google it, you younger generation. Ray Stevens, The Streak. It's
I was
a
just
song.
standing over there by the snow cone.
Minding my own business, and there she come right through the pole beans.
Boogity boogity.
Boogity boogity. What is that? The ball game at the concession stand.
That's almost as bad as Who's On First.
Yeah.
But it was that line of, pardon me, sir.
Yeah. Pardon me. Did you see what happened? Yeah, I did.
It's just classic. And as you remember, one of the big things during the 70s, I was growing up, is remember John Boy Walton Street. Y'all remember that?
What was his name? Richard Thomas?
Richard Thomas.
Richard Thomas, yeah.
And then, of course, Northeast High School had the big streaker that he grew up to be a lawyer. I remember I was in like first grade, and there he come. He just rounded the football field. Boogie that. All of Jack Holloway chasing him. And then years later, he would grow up to be an attorney, and then somebody at West Lauderdale did it, and he came back and represented him, since he'd been a streak also. I don't know how that ended up in court, if he got off for...
Honestly, that used to, or mooning people.
Yeah, that was
everybody,
big.
You moon people. Times sure have changed.
Yeah, that happened on 8th Street a lot back in the day.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Y'all remember old Sam from 8th Street?
Yes, I do.
Man.
I didn't know Sam.
Walked up and down 8th Street. Yeah,
lived behind the old.
Then there was the guy that had all
AutoZone.
the Post-it notes stuck to his
Now,
jacket.
he mainly stayed over on Highway 39
Yeah,
around
14th
that
Street
area.
in that area.
He was a mathematical genius, and he just had enough of society. Stayed on his own, stayed in a house, but he just walked back and forth. He'd walk in Dairy Queen, and every day about the same time, he'd walk in. I'd see him coming, and I'd get a Sprite ready for him, and he'd walk in, and I'd give him a Sprite, and he'd walk out. But you'd have to tell him, because one of those tags that he had on, he'd always leave it. And I told him, no, this is free. Keep that. But every day at the same time, he would run through there.
1976, we're getting that MHS had a streaker. I didn't know about that one. That's a new one there,
There's
too.
probably been one at everywhere.
We had a couple shots of gunfire last night across the city of Meridian. I got inboxed on this several times last night. It was to go to pull this up. Our first would be in the 1800 block at 34th Street. No one hurt, no one injured in that, but we did have a little bit. There's Poplar Springs. It'd be just to the east of there. We had another round of this happen last night, the 11th Place, 10th Avenue. Again, no one hurt in any of these cases, but still we had the sound of gunfire in the area last night. Now, as I mentioned, I was out and about. We had Ben on with us yesterday morning on the show. Look, if you didn't go to Squealers to hear this, you missed out. He was just incredible. As we pull up here some pictures, Ben knocked it out of the ballpark. They got a show, I think, coming up at the Temple Theater, Livestock Band. If you get a chance, come by and visit with them. It was a crowd there. That cowboy hat, let me tell you something, weighed 20 pounds. I don't know what that's made out of, but they handed it to me.
Is it bulletproof?
It may have been, Greg. It was thick.
That's the one you needed to have on when you go to some of these other shootings, ain't it?
It's
Well,
nice.
it could be a high wind day hat.
It
That
could
way
be,
it don't
because
blow off your head.
It ain't going nowhere.
Uh-oh.
Pretty
You
strong
kn-
there.
You knew one of these streakers, they say.
I did?
Yeah, MSCW had a streaker, and you know who. It wasn't you, was it?
What does MSCW stand for?
I don't know.
Mississippi.
Concealed weapons?
Country and Western.
It wasn't
School
concealed.
for
was it?
women, yeah.
Yeah.
Joe, you have to tell me. this wasn't a Fleming, was it? And I,
Over in Geiger. Is that what
scuba, Macon, anything could have happened there.
Banker always stayed half naked anyway.
I
Going to
don't know
the
where
mud
Banker is
bog.
this morning, but I remember when he got lost in the cornfield and couldn't find his way back to the camp house.
Everybody loved Banker, though. Banker loved
man,
everybody.
he had some heck of a
Mud bogs,
out
yeah.
there, and the pig cooking.
Hog cooking,
Man.
Gin Creek.
And Chuck, God bless it, Chuck ain't with us no more. Chuck Fleming, Banker's brother, it just, known Chuck all my life. I'll never forget the night we lost the 76 Ford F-150 he was trying to sell at the Little League ball game. Chuck reached in and just turned it on to crank it up to show it, and it took off.
There you go, boogie there, boogie
So
there.
that was back before they had all these safeties in place. right?
Absolutely. That Ford F-150 was headed right toward the Little League field. It's 10 people chasing that truck. I'll never forget it, long as I live.
Anybody get hurt?
No, they got it stopped just in the nick of time. Scared Chuck to death.
Nobody
Wow.
wanted to buy the truck then, did it?
Yeah, he wasn't for sale.
Because of 76, the ignition's between the steering wheel and the door,
Yeah,
right?
he just reached over,
Yeah.
cranked it up there. Happened to be in Granny Low.
And away she went.
You know, nowadays, all of that, you got to push in the clutch and the brake.
Your fingerprint, you got to have your.
You didn't do that in 76.
No.
Good run and pick 'em up trucks there.
Most of them
Took
stayed
off
cranked
by
when you cut 'em
itself.
off. I had a 78.
Yeah, if you put that 87 octane in,
Yeah, you
quit
cut
putting
it
that
off and it
cheap
run for
gas
an
in
hour.
there.
They were Chuck, I remember after it was stopped, he goes, that truck got a good battery. We'll be right back.
When I was elected to the state Senate 9 years ago, my goal was to bring a new generation of conservative leadership to the Capitol to get things done. I'm Jennifer Branning, and I'm running for the Mississippi Supreme Court to do the same thing. I've written legislation to lower taxes and reduce regulations on farmers, manufacturers, and other businesses in Mississippi. On the Supreme Court, I'll use my experience and conservative values to always interpret the law, not to rewrite it or bend the rules for anyone.
Most everybody has been impacted by cancer in some sort of way. I personally witnessed it firsthand when my wife Casey battled breast cancer 4 years ago and won. So in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Kia Meridian would like to give back. We will be donating $100 per vehicle sold this month to the Baptist Cancer Center at Anderson's in Meridian. If you are in the market for a new or used vehicle, come by and see us to help out for a good cause. Your fight is our fight.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie and the gang. I had a couple requests. Did anybody get any official paperwork as to where that girl went?
No, but now I saw a used broom that was just discarded. Did y'all see that?
Abandoned vehicles, what it was turned in.
Yeah.
The Highway Patrol had put one of those stickers on it. If it's
Yeah.
still there, it'll be towed in 3 days.
I mean, so she must be on a new one. Maybe she's in flight school.
She's off this morning. She'll be back hopefully next week. I think she's coming back next week, is she?
I don't know. She's got all that PTO time. I don't understand it.
We'll check it out. On a serious note this morning, we turn our thoughts to this. Our hearts go out to the Culpepper family. We cannot
Absolutely.
stress as we found out the passing of John yesterday morning. Culpepper and Associates, Culpepper, the tax accountants in town. John has lost his life, and just a recap of what we know at this point. And again, this is still being investigated by the Meridian Police Department. It happened within the city of Meridian, so they are lead on this case, and Lauderdale County will assist. But it is a Meridian Police Department case. John, from what I understand, caught someone dumping trash on his land. He asked them to leave, and it's unclear at this point if he was pushed, he fell, and he was injured. At some point, we do believe that he was run over, injured by the vehicle, either by the truck, by the trailer, but we're not real sure. There is going to be some form of charges we don't know where they could be. One of three different things. Again, so that's why that's not listed on the poster. There is a reward, and let me pull this up, being offered now. This falls under this up to $2,000. A $2,000 reward for the person who brings information that leads to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for this hit and run. If you'll look at this picture, we've got several pictures of it on the page. You can call Acting Captain Darrell Thompson with MPD at 769-298-5111 or the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department 911, or you can send us an inbox. We'll send that over to the police department. But we need to know who these people are so they can get to the bottom of it and do a thorough investigation.
Find out what happened.
Or call 911.
Yes.
But get this information out.
You can call Crime Stoppers. You don't have to give your name. You don't feel like you. I mean,
911
come on, people
the
do the
same
right
way.
thing. This truck cannot be that hard to find. And again, we talked about it a little bit earlier. I'm not a detective. I'm not trying to take over nobody's job, but we live in a technology world that I know I was born 100 years too late.
I get that.
But can't somebody enter into a computer 96 to 2000 black single cab F-150 step side? There can't be that many still on the road, and I'm not knocking forward because I love them.
Right.
But I'm just saying there can only be so many regular cab black F1 and do it in Kemper, Lauderdale, Newton County. I mean, it could not be a list over just a handful.
And it narrow
again, I watch Horatio. I mean, I know this can be done.
You're right.
But I mean, let's help these people find out what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I do, and I want to point this out. Now, this money is not being offered by Crime Stoppers. This are individuals in Meridian that called me and then said, "I want to donate." I've had two folks that want to remain anonymous that have put this money up for this.
Crime Stoppers has got its own reward.
So this is separate from that. And I want to thank them. They know who they are. We're not going to put that all out there. I want to say thank you to them putting this up. It's a start to track these people down. Maybe it will motivate someone to tell it. I hope so.
It's heartwarming. I mean, I did not know this man, but I used to go by his office like every 2 weeks with a good friend of mine that they did his books.
Right.
And it amazes me. I hope one day that someone can say the same about me or any of us. I've not heard anyone say negative word about Mr. Culpepper.
No.
Not at all.
And I have heard so many people. The man was I mean, you may not have known, but you know somebody that did. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew him and his business, and they speak so high of him. I mean, I know the family's suffering, but if anything makes you smile a little bit today, know that this man was very well thought.
This man's going to be
loved
remembered.
and respected by gone but not forgotten. I can assure you.
Oh, and his kids are the same. If you've
Just
dealt with
good
them,
people. I mean, and everybody you talk to from every walk of life is just stunned that not Mr. Culpepper.
That's right.
So
and this
thoughts
kind of,
and prayers, definitely.
it tugs at us. And let's see if we can't find out where this is.
And if somebody, which I made a post last night on one of your deals, somebody said, up the ante. Okay, up the ante. I'm still at one of those that if you want to give. Do the right thing. Somebody knows this vehicle. Or if it's you, turn yourself in. But going back to the 2000, if someone wants to contribute to that anonymously, all you got to do is get in touch with Scotty Ray, send a message, and say, "Hey, I'd like to add to that," and you'll keep the running total. And
we'll do that.
Main thing we need to find out who's involved.
This man.
Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's help this family.
This man was saying, "Don't dump your trash on my land," and then this happened to him.
But that cannot be that hard to find.
No.
I mean, it can.
No.
Again, I'm not a detective, but I think I could find.
And somebody did post on one of the pages where I think that one of the guys lives here. Sheriff Ward Calhoun did come on there and say, "We've got that information now. Thank you." And I'll be getting with Meridian Police Department, and we'll be looking at that.
And I'm pretty sure that's not it. I'm pretty sure that's
also remember, too, people, be careful. Anybody you approach, it may be your land, you know, and I'm not saying don't stand up for your rights and your property. Be cautious. Anytime you approach anyone, be cautious.
Yeah.
And I don't
care.
I don't care if you're 19 or 89 years old. People aren't the same anymore. People don't have. There's always been good and bad. Don't get me wrong. We can go all the way back to killing somebody with a rock in the Bible, but
that's correct.
I'm just telling you, things are different. Watch your back. Watch your neighbor's back. You know,
we see that in big towns. We see that in small towns now. If somebody dings your car and you go up and you give them what's on your mind. That ain't the thing to do no more.
Oh, yeah, or jump out at a red light. I mean, I'm telling you that. Please be careful.
That's what we want.
It's getting close to the holidays. Let's love one another and be nice.
Absolutely.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, as we get toward the holidays, y'all extra precaution.
Oh, yeah, let's fist fight over that flat screen TV.
Yeah.
You know, or that last
you fist
turkey
fought,
leg.
and then you turn around and you were friends the next day.
Oh, yeah.
There's no friends nowadays because you
can't come back from some of the actions they
This
make.
is not a video game where you hit reset and start this all over again.
All I'm saying is somebody stole a TV that wouldn't fit in the car, and they had to open up both doors of the car, walked out of the store, put it in there, drove down the road on the interstate, and still got away, and nobody could tell anything about it.
You know, the gas mileage must have really went downhill.
That happened. I mean, I ain't making
I
this
remember
up.
that. I
I'm
sure
talking about
do.
Widescreen TV hanging out both doors. They got it in the car and stole it and drove away. Walked out the front door and got away. All I'm saying. We'll be right back. We got more to come. We got some trivia. We got some smiles. And we're going to tell you about all the events that are going on in our community.
And we're going to talk a little turkey hunting.
Yeah, we got some turkey to talk about.
With generations of refined expertise, she ensures your cherished pieces are meticulously cared for. Pettit Jewelers, Philadelphia.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low-mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler or a 2021 Honda Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low-mileage cars and trucks.
The low-profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
I ran into Scott McQuaig last night at Squealers, and he was telling me of the little britches where they raised the money for St. Jude. A little over $8,000 was a check sent this week from the fundraiser out in the Clarkdale community.
Oh,
That's
wow,
awesome.
that is awesome.
That's awesome.
That I'm proud of that. That's good.
And again, you look around, you start talking to people, you know somebody that St. Jude has affected that family's life. They've helped so many people, many little children.
This event is held in Clarkdale area at a private residence, and people come into it. Imagine if that was on a bigger scale, how much money could be raised for these kids.
You talking about like downtown on Front Street under the bridge or something?
Yeah, this is a backyard barbecue, basically.
But he does this because that's what he wants to do, Sonoma, and that's his deal.
That's
and
where
it
his
needs to
heart.
stay right there where it's at, because he's doing this from his heart, his time, his money, his property, everything he does for a cause that is true to him.
Yeah.
And I think it's great.
And that's what I'm just saying. Something small like that brings that. Imagine what if it was done on a big scale for our folks. So big thank you to all those that jumped in there and helped with
that's
that.
kind of like that fella feeding a bunch of people with just a couple of fish and
a loaf of bread.
I've heard that story before.
Yeah, I think so.
Does the name Sarah Cannon mean anything to you? Think about that a second there. I got
Who?
Sarah Cannon.
How about, now we're not talking about going to Walmart and then trying to return it when you get through with it, but maybe a hat that you leave the price tag on?
Oh, that's Minnie Pearl.
Oh, yes, sir. Minnie Pearl was born on this
Yes.
day back in 1912. And, you know, from her character, and if you've ever seen any of her interviews, that woman was well educated. She is not kind of like T. Bubba Bechtol.
She ain't no country bumpkin.
She was very, very much a mother figure to a lot of those country music stars. Talk about going to meet with Minnie, and she would try to talk some sense into
She
them.
tried to talk to Hank.
Oh yeah, she did.
Tried.
You know, I mean that.
She was quite the lady there.
Oh yeah.
So we miss her. Anybody remember watching Mrs. C? Think about that. What I'm saying there.
Hey.
Oh, Cunningham, Marion.
Marion Ross, born on
Is
this
it
day.
true that she was having a wing ding doodle with the Fonz?
I hadn't heard that.
I had heard
Me
that.
neither.
Really? So her and Henry.
During the show?
That's what inquiring minds started spreading.
Ain't nothing like a good rumor to start before 10 o'clock.
That's right.
Now, he doesn't start rumors now.
Yeah, I don't repeat gossip. You better listen close the first time.
That is new. I'll have to do some investigation on that in between sets. Okay, there.
Now, it's a pretty girl right
That was
here.
a good show.
As we go back to this girl, she had one hit, and we'll just. She had something else that was minor, but she had one hit. Single white female. Back when we didn't know what all those letters meant. I remember watching TV, listening to it, going, "What is that?" It was back during the Meridian Advertiser days in the single section, and it had SW and a bunch of other letters.
Yeah.
She had a song, a hit with that. As we go back to remember, Shelley Wright.
Not a
Well, after that song, she wasn't single no more.
Had a bucket of money.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one that really knows. Okay, I'm going to keep quiet about what I know about that, and we'll go on with the next subject. All righty then.
How well did you know her?
I didn't. I just know the rest of the story.
All right, Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey
Yeah,
could teach us a thing on that. 1975, this girl, and again, she was Meridian's favorite for so many years there. She started out with Delta Dawn. She would move
Tanya
on.
Tucker.
Tanya. She had a number one today in 1975, and it was about Texas. And it was about dancing. Do you remember that one, Greg? That old San Antonio stroll.
Okay.
Gosh, I love that song. It's been many a moon since I got to hear it.
I just remember like 1974, 5, going to Long's Fish Camp and Delta Dawn being on the jukebox. I mean, you know how you got stuff about music,
Yeah.
and that's one of the first,
That's back when it was a dime.
4 or 5 years. Oh yeah, you got 2 or 3 plays for a dime.
Yeah.
I mean,
As we go back to 1971, this guy would start here, go on to be a representative of Mississippi like we've never had. A businessman, an actor. And of course, he started out in this little bitty humble role. We were all kids, every one of us in this room, when this started.
We've
watched
grown
it.
up with him.
Yeah. Are you with me yet, Greg? You got that look.
And he's one of the best actors out there. He has a
That
voice
voice.
that you will never forget. It is
He's on
real
a sidewalk.
deep.
I was there when he got his star on the walkway in Meridian, Mississippi, over at the what's the name of that big place we got there? The
Temple
Max.
Theater.
I'm
Oh,
lost.
Max.
Yeah.
He's from Meridian?
No,
No,
the
He's
Delta.
from Mississippi up in the Delta.
Oh, Morgan Freeman.
There we
That's
go.
him.
Yeah.
71, the electric company premiered with Morgan Freeman. That's how he got his start. It was later in life. He was not a young fellow when he started.
Driving Miss Daisy and Shawshank.
Yeah.
That's the guy's
Shawshank.
awesome.
Oh.
I want to go to his blues club. I've
been there.
never been. I want to go to that.
It's about half the size of this studio, isn't it?
No,
So he's got what's that bar up in his hometown? It's
The
real
shack
small.
up in.
That may be the end. It's real small.
But I want to go to
Zero's,
that. Ground Zero. Yeah, I want
Ground
to go
Zero.
to that.
It sits down underneath a hill, and it looks like an old country store. It's what- You know the old store that you pull up to with the gas pumps, a feed store?
Godsey's.
That's what it is. And you go in, and it's got the old wooden swinging doors there at the back, or it did when I was there 20 years ago. Stage up. If you go back and watch Steve Azar Waiting on Joe, it's filmed there. That's inside of that. But it's something to see. Morgan What a man. And a business partner of his that done everything with him was they went to high school together.
I'd
Great
like
guys.
to go there.
Yeah.
I like blues now.
Does the name Larry and my other brother Larry mean anything to
Bob
anybody?
Newhart Show.
Yes, sir.
Larry, Darryl, and Darryl.
Yeah, there you go. Them three were hilarious, even though the other two never said anything.
Never saw it.
You didn't watch?
No.
They were funny.
No.
I like that show.
It something to see there. Katy Perry, I don't know anything she does, but Katy Perry has a birthday today. Yeah, anybody remember her?
Oh, yeah.
She's a rock singer, maybe?
Oh, what happened to her?
She did. She started out with gospel, and then she went and did some rock.
She don't go to the hairdresser that often.
She needs one, though.
Looks like a lampshade.
She changes something she has some of these weird stuff that she does. She was on, it wasn't The Voice, and it wasn't America's Got Talent. What's that other one?
I don't know, see it.
I've seen her regular on that. Yeah,
But she's on one of those singing
now. Yeah.
She's smart. I mean, and she's good at what she does. Now
Could
she's
sell
through with it
bananas.
now.
Yeah, I bought a couple of them.
1980 this came
Idol.
along.
Thank you, Sheriff Todd Kemp. And Robin had that. American Idol. That was it.
That was the original big one, I guess, as it came out there. 1980 this come along. Even Todd Kemp will know this one there. As it rattled in every radio at a red light. She shook me all night long from AC/DC.
AC/DC.
I don't care who you were. You did hear that song.
Everybody
Dang
listened
right.
to that.
She was a fast machine with her motor. What was it? Yeah, I can't remember the rest of the words, but I remember those opening lines there. That I don't know enough about it.
Dirty
this-
Deeds, Done Dirt Cheap.
I don't know that one.
You don't remember that song?
Never heard of it.
Dirty Deeds.
Done dirt cheap.
Done Dirt Cheap. Yeah. You have to look it up.
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yeah. I'm gonna have to take y'all's word for that.
Like Alice's Restaurant.
Back
You don't
in Black
remember
is
it?
the only other thing that I know.
Back
that
in
they-
Black, yeah.
It is, I don't know the words of that either, other than Back in Black. 1986, some of you will remember this. It was the F Troop. Anybody remember that TV show? Had the guy that ended up on Mayberry RFD. He was the lead guy, and on Mama, this guy passed away on this day. His name was Forrest Tucker. He was in other things. He was an actor there. Dusty Trail, many others there. He passed away on this date. Remembering those. This probably falls more under Odie than anybody else in the room. Anybody ever listen to a group called Bon Jovi?
Slippery When Wet. Yep.
That was apparently the name of an album as it went number one. But it would give us Living on a Prayer. We've all heard that. And You Give Love a Bad Name.
Yep. And you know when that...
They played that at prom, I think. That may have been our prom theme song.
Did you... I don't think Greg got to the prom.
So just to test everybody here, every prom has a theme. Anybody remember what their senior prom theme was?
No, I know it was at the Carousel skating rink. They had rented it to have a dance. I remember that.
You had to pay $40 or something to go, or
But that year, I think I went to Clarkdale's, West Lauderdale's,
you hit them all.
and maybe Northeast. I don't remember.
A man about town.
I did Northeast. Was it Meridian High? What's Lauderdale?
Oh. And
You
I
know,
just-
they used to have them at the MCC. They'd rent an
Frank
auditorium
Cochran
out there,
Center,
Frank Cochran.
Northwood.
We had one at Holiday Inn Northeast back then at the convention
sure
center.
did.
I think we went to Briarwood, if I remember right. It's been so many
At
years
the
ago.
country
Had
club, yeah.
Enterprise had one year at Clarko at the thing down there.
Just out in the woods.
Anybody ever have one at the other place, or am I just?
That
that was the after
That was
party.
post prom party. I spent a week there one night.
Let's see if y'all remember this. Trailers for
By
sale
Roger
or
Miller.
rent. 1992. My uncle used to love me, but she died. Roger Miller passed away on this day in 1992.
That guy was a nut.
He was.
But you know, he wrote so many songs that, I mean, it'll
Chicken
be
ain't licking till there's something good fried.
Green-
Keep on the sunny side.
yeah, you can't roller skate in a buffalo herd.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, dude.
Roger, but his biggest, Bobby McGee, and then of course he done that version of Trailers for Sale or Rent. King of the Road.
He wrote a lot of songs for a lot of people.
This guy was real popular, and he still is this time of year because of the spooky movies that he did. You would watch him. His name was Vincent Price.
Yep.
He passed away at the age of 82 back in 1993. He was always spooky.
Greg don't do horror movies.
I don't watch them either. I'm scared of them.
Every time he looks in the mirror, he gets scared.
I ain't doing no horror movies. People pay to watch that, and then they well, I just couldn't sleep last night. Well, no wonder you watch somebody kill a bunch of folks with a chainsaw. Then you tried to go to bed.
That's why he doesn't have hair, because he can't stand himself long enough to brush it.
That was kind of spooky there. Yeah. 1997, Tim McGraw would come along and have another one. And this is one of those to where he broke up with the old girl, and he's a truck driver. Every time he looks out across the field, he sees her, and she's everywhere. Y'all remember that song?
No.
No, don't. It was good.
Every time I think about looking out the window, I think about that girl on the billboard sign.
With her picture.
Yeah.
Oh, we will remember this. 1994. I got out of sequence there, but she would report this today, and it would lead up to an arrest pretty soon. She was up for parole this week. I don't know if they're going to let her. 30 years later is when this happened. When she drowned, she reported that someone stole her car, I think is how it went. Susan
With
Smith.
her kids in the back seat.
That's the arresting picture that they made of that, where she falsely reported that. So that happened on this day.
Yeah, it's that Menendez. They've got a ruling today to see if they get parole.
Yeah. And somebody made the comment, I saw that in the comments, that no matter what, even if you were, something happened to you as a child, you still took someone's life. It doesn't change the fact of what really went on.
2 of them.
Yep. 2002, you're not going to remember this name, but you'll remember his part as we all watched, what's his face there? Russell Crowe in The Gladiator. We cheered him on. You remember that guy, Richard Harris?
Never watched it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, that's some kind of fine show there.
And don't they have the remake coming up?
Yeah, they say it's supposed to be good. But it would take a lot to beat that original version. It was. A man who had everything taken away. It's good, Greg. Trust me on that one.
A Man Called Horse.
Do what's that?
He played in A Man Called Horse.
Sure did. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah. Marcy Wallace passed away on this day. She was part of the Bob Newhart bunch. Anybody remember her?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know her.
Yeah. Bob, that was the original. I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't the best show in the world.
Nah.
And then finally, the Country Music Hall of Fame would induct these 4 guys today. We just lost Joe. As we go back to remember.
Oak Ridge Boys.
Yep. Wow. That's what it is. We got more coming up. Stay with us. We'll be right back. As the seasons change, so do your clothes. And Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve. Also Hulk shirts. And America's favorite brand, Carhartt. Whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need to keep you dry in those wet conditions. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. The tractors are rolling at Freeman Tractor on Highway 494. Drop in and see Keith, Cornbread, or Buttermilk. They've got a tractor that fits the need that you have. Whether it's a 26 horsepower, a 40, or bigger. Plus, they offer 0% financing for up to 96 months. Whether it's a part, a new tractor, 0% financing, or just simply a laugh. 601-626-8759, Highway 494 in Collinsville. That's Freeman Tractor. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. We want to remind you about the big extravaganza show that is coming up at the Ag Center tomorrow. Kicks off at 9 a.m. Christmas shopping. Let me show you the picture here. This is what's going to be going on tomorrow. Hope you'll swing out and take advantage. Becky's going to be there. Oh, yeah. Over 100 vendors will be there. Now, let me show you. I got it. We got the 2 new designs of the Scotty Ray shirt. Let me show you what we got here. These are going to be for sale tomorrow. There's the front.
Somewhere around there.
And then here's the back of this one.
Got that Dwight Yoakam look.
Yeah.
Now, here's the one that it took a little time to design this. We'll see if people like this or not. Here's the front. It's got the little cowboy thing there. Can you see that? That showing up?
Yeah.
All right. And here's the back of this one.
That's that day we
You
finally
never
got
sleep.
you on top of the 3-foot building.
Yeah, I had to put him up
And
there
it's
with a
funny,
camera.
you can't see Odie behind him holding him.
So we'll have those tomorrow at the Lauderdale County Agri Center, some ball caps and
Now,
a few other
there's-
things there.
There's
so
a
come
few
on
of
out.
these, the shirts, the cups and stuff like that. Now we're ending that design.
The election.
And he's gonna be in there because that's gonna be over. But on this design, I'm using it to get some money up for Asheville, North Carolina. And I gotta do a big shout out to Simmons Wrecker. Went by there yesterday and she said, "Hey, I want to help out." Simmons Wrecker, $500
That's sweet.
to go to that right there. Some good people, extremely nice people. And those shirts are running thin. And if you sent me a message and you want them and you hadn't called me back, they're fixing to be gone because they're running short. But they'll be out there.
Come on out and see the new designs. We got
out
them there
there
for
with
you.
it too.
Lauderdale County Agri Center.
And yes, I have been to that because it kind of officially
You're going to Christmas.
kicks off Christmas.
It does.
And if you're looking for something different, they got all kind of booths set up out there. I'm telling you, they gonna have anything from pot holders to earrings to jewelry to clothes to custom shirts, hats. I mean, it's really neat, and you get in that Christmas spirit. And if I remember right, somebody had jams and jellies and
Yes, sir.
all that good stuff. Maybe some cheese straws. Ooh, I like cheese
I had
straws.
somebody ask there about, we'll have this on the website. I got somebody building that. They're going to take a picture of the shirt, and they'll have those available online there. We can click and do that stuff. I don't know how to do that, but we're getting it. But come on out and see us tomorrow there. Now, look, you've had somebody sitting there next to you there, and he's written a book.
Yeah.
Tell us about
I don't
this.
hang around dummies.
Mike is all on this.
He is. This is the turkey hunting guru. And when he finally got, I am not going to say too old, maybe too smart to put on roofs, he decided to hunt and fish. And honestly, the man has went out of his way to share his knowledge. And it's so neat to hear Mike talk about it and to look into his grandfathers. They passed down stuff. And Mike's been kind enough to pass down. You can buy, you can do
Hold up
anything you want to,
the
but
front
there's
of that book,
nothing
Rick.
like, experience. And
Yeah.
the man is full of it.
Legends of the Spring. Look at that.
Tell us
Masters of
about
the
it.
Call.
Tell us about it, Mr.
Well, I'll
Mike.
tell you what, it started back when I was about 8 years old. My dad carried me into the woods on the shoulders,
Yeah.
squirrel hunting. And then my grandpa carried me, and later down the road, I found out there was a thing called turkey hunting. And you probably know Mr. Mark McPhail.
Yeah.
He's one of the legendary turkey hunters. He's well known around the country. And turkey hunting is different than deer. Everybody deer hunts. Most people go sit on a stand.
Yeah.
Get in a tree stand. That's great. But turkeys, you get out in the woods, and it's like these turkeys
an
take
art.
on a life of their own.
You got to hunt them.
That's right. And you got to call them to you and sweet talk them like we try to call those gals when we're growing up, and except we're the gal in the woods. We do the hen, like up to that old gobbler up in the tree, and say, "Come on down here, sweet baby." And he gobbles, he looks pretty like the women do. It's reverse in nature. Anyway, this book is about 28 different turkey hunters who are legends in their part of the country, from all over the country. And as I said here, Mark McPhail, Mr. Albert Paul, they're both call makers, avid turkey hunters. But I tell a short bio about them, and then I tell a unique turkey hunting story. And, Mark McPhail's is the Pepsi-Cola gobbler. Called up a turkey with a Pepsi-Cola bottle. You won't hardly believe it, but it happened. And before the book became a reality, he told me the story, and a lot of people just didn't believe it. But Mr. Kenny Snowden is a bottle collector. So old Mark, he's coming out of the woods. This old turkey's whipped him soundly, and he stubs his toe on something, looks down there, and it's a bottle top. And he pulls it out, and it's a Pepsi-Cola bottle. He said, "I think I'll take this to Kenny," and he takes that thing upside down. You ever done that? Try to get something out of a bottle? And he just make a turkey starts gobbling again. He said, "Look." He did it again, gobbled again. He said, did he gobble at me? And he did it again. He said he barely had time to put the bottle down and pick up his gun, and he come over there, boom, shot the turkey.
I'll be dog.
So anyway, that was a funny one. And there is some.
And that was
poignant-
Lauderdale County?
That's Lauderdale County up in the Bogafalaya Hills. He told me about it that morning. And, you know, I know the details. I knew Kenny Wayne Snowden up in Martin. And otherwise, he wouldn't have stopped over to pick that bottle up. But old Kenny collects those bottles. We got Cuz Strickland in here. Cuz Strickland had the COVID surprise gobbler. You know, he's a senior vice president for Mossy Oak, and he's just legendary status. But you know, Mossy Oak got shut down too. They couldn't travel the country and take these pictures, so he had to hunt around home one day. And you know, his wife, he'd done been hunting on one of these public places and come in kind of whooped, and he took his clothes off, you know, his outer jackets, left it in the truck, come in and got in the easy chair. And his wife said, "I just heard a turkey down by the gym set." That's what they call the stand down there. And I didn't pay no attention to him. About 15 minutes, he said, "I heard that turkey gobble again." He said, "I went back and got my ears and put in where I could hear, and I couldn't believe it. Sure enough, there was a turkey. We ain't never even seen a gobbler on our place. We got plenty of deer. We managed for deer." And he said, "I just run down to the jungle gym set, and you'll have to read the rest of the story." But
it's there.
It was the COVID
Let me
surprise.
ask this on your shirt there. You got Bass Pro Shop on there. Are they a sponsor of yours?
Absolutely. I'm a regional pro staff member. I go around the country doing things for kids, seminars, how to cast, you know, just represent.
They ever let you in that big pond?
He gets to fish in the aquarium.
That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah, I mean, what every man's dream is, Mike gets to fish in the
I have
aquarium.
caught some fish in that. I may be the last person that caught some fish in that aquarium at Bass Pro Pearl. So the quick story is the lady calls me up and says, "Won't you come up here and do a seminar?" And said, "By the way, you can get up there and fish in that tank." And I said, "Oh boy, all the little kids' dreams, you know." And so get up in there, and now I get there at Bass Pro. She said, "Now Mike, I told them don't feed the fish until you got through your seminar." I said, "Okay." So we get up there, and it was getting close to Christmas, you know, and I had a wireless mic on, so I did my. That got a lot of attention, so they all get up there, and it was packed, and I throw out in there, and I'm trying to show them how to work that lizard or that whatever
Yeah.
it is, you know, and so all of a sudden the 4.5 pound bass grabs a hold of it, and I set the hook, and he comes up and waddles on top, sprays water out, and the crowd roars, you know. So I'm feeling pretty good, you know, and a little bit I throw back out again, the big redfish. They had redfish in there then, probably a 12-pound redfish in there, and I didn't want to set the hook on him. He got around in that tangled up old tree top, set the hook himself. And I fought him. Finally I had to get down, and I didn't want to have to pull him out of the water. And I had some fish grips, and I reached down in there and put it back. So I'm looking down there, and I saw this lady standing over behind them. And I come on down off the mountain there and get talking to people. Everybody wants to talk to you, you know. So all the smoke cleared, and the lady come over. I said, "Mike, did you cut the barb off your hook?" I said, "No, ma'am." She said, "Did you bend the hook down?" I said, "Look, you told me to show him how to catch fish. You tell a country boy you're not feeding the fish till after he does his seminar, he's going to show him how to catch them."
That's right.
If my boss found out about this, I may lose my job. I said, "Well, I'm sorry, but I sure did enjoy it."
And that's the way
And
it
that
ended.
was the end of the fishing in the tank.
I don't set the hook anymore.
Didn't we have an old boy jump in that not long ago and go for a swim?
That was in one of them. Yeah, I think it might have been Birmingham or somewhere.
Yeah, it may have been Birmingham.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to start nothing, but somebody said it was a dive team. But I'm not saying that.
It wasn't from here.
How do we get your book? Where do we go to get it at?
You can contact me, and basically I'm on Facebook, Michael O. Giles. You know, if you look on there, you can call me, text me, whatever, but it's Michael O. Giles, Meridian, Mississippi, 601-917-3898 if you want to call me, but make a good Christmas present for
Yes,
somebody
sure.
that loves turkey hunting.
Absolutely.
And these die-hard guys that are hard to buy for. And I'm doing a signed and numbered 500 limited edition books, and I've sold about half of them in 2 months.
That's good.
So I expect to be sold out by Christmas, and I'm here. I'll make a delivery right close, or I can send it anywhere in the country.
Find him at the Pig any day of the week.
Absolutely.
He's usually at the Piggly Wiggly for breakfast.
We'll be coming up. We're going to tell you about all the events of this weekend. We got a bunch of trick-or-treat things that are going to be taking place. We'll do that next.
Accidents happen. I should know. So if that deer jumps out in front of you, go see the professionals at Chet's Paint and Body Shop. Chet can help you navigate the confusing world of insurance. From that insurance-provided photo estimate to the right to choose the body shop of your choice. And from a minor scratch to a major collision, Chet has you covered. Chet offers quality repairs by trained and certified technicians with a lifetime warranty on all repairs. Chet is my shop of choice. I hope he's yours too.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Looking for a deal you can't pass up? Right now, drive off in a quality used car for just $299 down and only $299 a month here at Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Meridian. That's right, good reliable cars packed with features at a price you'll love. $299 down, $299 a month. Look, I'm not kidding. This is a real offer that our customers have taken advantage of for years now. Come see us today, Johnson Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Meridian.
And welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie and the gang as we're about to wind down a Friday. Well, there's a lot of things happening this weekend that we need to bring up.
A lot of it, and that's taking care of your kids, knowing that trick-or-treating for Halloween is right around the corner. Russell Fire and Rescue is putting together a trunk-or-treat at their station there, 1728 Marion Russell Road. Come by there Saturday from 4 to 8 p.m.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, Odie, aren't they also doing the boot drive that morning?
I believe it is the boot drive that morning. So go by and help them out. You're talking about a fire department who has grown over the last 2 years and really developed, and that's Russell. And they are definitely a great fire department. Every one of them in Lauderdale County. You can't beat the fire departments we have. But go by and be with them Saturday for trunk or treat.
All right, we go to DeKalb next for what's going on in DeKalb. Oh, up at Kemper Academy, they're going to have trunks needed. Come on by and see them. We got that going on at Kemper Academy. Let's see here. We get into some of the bigger ones here. Let's just pull this up. This is something that we loaded all at one time of events. Let me zoom in on this one because it's a little small there. This is at Aldersgate, October. That was yesterday. No, that's today. Yeah, that's going to be happening. Let me zoom back in on that. I lost my date there. That's happening there. Family-friendly activities going on. And then this is the big one tomorrow downtown. We've got October the 26th, 1 to 4 tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be a good one downtown. No, somebody asked, you don't have to crawl.
No.
But that's just called the
You might when you leave the brewery.
Yeah, that's tomorrow evening.
What we got in Why Not?
You've got to. Now, I think they had practice a little bit last night. Tonight and tomorrow night, the 30th annual, I believe it's 30th, Fall Classic Super Late Model Showdown there at Why Not Motorsports Park. Man, I tell you what, that's some good old cars. Look, that little bitty dirt track, and you got cars going over 100 miles an hour.
And it ain't going to rain.
And it ain't going to rain.
I mean,
it's going to be some good racing. Go out there and check that out.
Carter Foundation, they always do so much for the community. They've got a Fright Night going on 8th Street. Drop in and see them. That's going to happen tomorrow also. We got a fall festival here at Mount Olive Baptist Church. We got the fall festival going on at Bethany Baptist Church. And we don't have them all. If we haven't done yours yet, send it to us. MCC Candy Cruise coming up on the 29th. This is going to be big. And again, we want to point out, for the autistic children, the special needs children, 5 to 5:30. Special time. And then for the rest of everybody else, it will begin at 5:30. So I can't thank MCC enough for what they do with this every year. It's humongous. As we see that, 5:30 to 7:30. MHP, The guys are going to be out on October the 31st. We got Northeast doing theirs coming up on the 29th. Let's see, Trunk or Treat with the Meridian Police Department on the 29th. We've got a fall festival on the 31st at Queen City Nursing Home. And then this is going to be happening when? November 2nd. We've got one here at New Cannon's Youth Ministry. And I think that back where we began. But again, if we haven't done yours yet, please inbox us. We'd love for everybody to know about that.
And something, we got a few more days before this actually takes place, but we need you to register. And that is the freedom that every one of y'all have to do with whatever it is given to us by two things. One, God. The second one is our veterans who stood up for our right. And Veterans Day is coming November 11th. And if you want to be in the Veterans Day parade, time's running out to get in. They've got to have that in by November 4th. It doesn't cost anything, but you do need to register. But talk about give God thanks for the freedoms that we have, and then thank our military for standing up for our freedom.
That's
and the
exactly
best way
right.
to do it is church on Sundays and to show the respect for our veterans on November 11th.
They the reason why we speak in English.
You got that
Yes,
right.
sir. Yes, it
Absolutely.
sure is.
Or attempting to speak English.
Yeah, some of it's not as good as others are. We over here. I sometimes
he'll
stumble.
be okay.
I try there. Mr. Doodah.
Yeah.
Don't forget also our brag board. You can visit our website to visit our brag board. If you happen to have a good hunting season, make sure to send those in. We'll get those posted.
Are you ever going to let it rain? I'm tired of buying seed and fertilizer. I mean, my deer are starting to grow humps on their back like camels.
Didn't you have one with a turban?
Yeah. I mean, it's like the desert out there. I mean, I need a little water now.
18% maybe on about the third or fourth. It ain't good, Greg.
I mean, instead of corn, we need to be putting out little swimming pools full of water for them.
Let me see here. Now that you brought that up, let me just pull this up where we can take a look at it and be on the same page of what the rain gauge is of what we have. Let me pull this up.
Decatur Treat Street, Monday the 28th from 5:30 to 7 there in Decatur.
I don't even remember the last time it did rain.
It's been a while.
Oh, free public service announcement. Now's the time to get your wiper blades replaced. Because believe it or not, sooner or later, it's going to rain.
And especially with dry as they are, those little rubber pieces.
That's right. They're dried out. So if if you had trouble last time, if you can remember the last time it rained,
yeah,
go ahead now and get your wiper blades replaced. Winter's coming on. Hopefully we start getting a little rain. So
let's look at the extended here. Here's on into November the 8th, and move this where you can see this there. The disappointment.
All right, 18%, 24%. Well, that's 76 that it ain't.
Yeah, if you want to look at it that way.
Yeah.
That's that Clarkdale math.
That's right.
Right answer.
I know my gazintas. Thanks, Mr. Wallace Mosley.
That's the way it is at this point. It's not anything big there. And that's all the way through the 8th. Maybe about Thanksgiving.
And look, 85, 84. That don't put you in the old Christmas spirit. You're
That
from
is
Key West.
100% true. We have had a blast this morning of everybody joining and watching us today as we get ready to wind one down. Once again, Friday, the weekend is here.
Golly, here we go. Y'all gonna have to suffer without me next week.
You're going on that big trip?
Yeah,
Still?
we're going on a trip. Oh yeah.
Yeah. If he gets arrested, who's going to bail him out? Ain't none of us got no
Well,
passports.
I carried Bocephus by the office yesterday to sniff some of Odie's clothes in case I had to carry him down to Mexico looking for Odie, you know.
Yeah.
You never know with these things.
That's right. That's right.
Mike, we thank you for coming in. And again, tell us again how to get your book if somebody would like to get this.
Yes, they can call me, text me, 601-917-3898, or look on Facebook, Michael O. Giles. Send me a message. I can arrange to meet you or send it to you depending on where you're at in the country. But I've already sold 26 states, and those hunters are getting a little bit nervous now. They want something special.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Odie, don't forget, what do we got in birthdays this morning? Who's having a birthday?
We got one that, look at here, Bo Harala got a birthday today. Paul Hunter, Eddie Bob Cardwell, Robert Justice, old Dr. Justice. Emmy Stone's 18 years old today, and Jason Gully. Man, so y'all have a wonderful, happy birthday.
I hope it's a good one there for you. Don't forget, if it comes time for a home, see these folks. We know them time and time again of the homes that they've sold to Meridian. Of course, I'm talking Snowden and Company, Amanda and the gang there. They help you out there. Just scroll down and take a look here at what they've got here. Easy as this. You click there, it takes you to their website. You'll be able to see everything they've got. There's the listing, virtual tours. If you want to do that, look at that. You just go through there and you watch and go through the homes. It's simple.
And they'll help you get rid of your house.
Yes, sir.
If you're ready to move, getting transferred, moving on up, they'll help you switch and swap. They'll find you a house, sell your house, whatever you need.
You'll find it all there at Snowden and Company. 453, as you'll see right there, 3937. See her. She'll help you out with all of that. Greg, what you got planned this weekend? What's your big one?
Have no clue.
Your wife hadn't told you either, huh?
Nope. I'm waiting for further instructions.
Yes, we all. Mike, you know that's the truth.
Absolutely.
Everybody can act like it ain't. And you're going to be pulled. What time does the do they do a horn on these things when y'all depart?
Oh yeah, about 4:30 is I think final loading, and right around 5 is when they sound it off.
How many people do you see get seasick? Is that a pretty common thing of people that never been on one?
It could be.
But now seasickness is contagious.
Is it?
I mean,
once you see somebody,
if you see somebody sick,
seat.
you know what I mean. Somebody else gonna get sick, and
It's kinda
somebody
like
else is gonna get exactly.
Yeah. And it's an old Navy trick. You eat crackers, it weighs your stomach down, it doesn't move back and forth, you're okay.
Crackers?
Yeah, crackers. Because it absorbs and weighs your stomach down, and it doesn't move with the ship.
You can also take some motion sickness stuff, or put a little patch behind your ear.
I ain't never heard of no crackers. Now,
it's an old Navy deal, yeah. Of course, now these ships that you're out on doing these cruises and all that, unless it's real rough, they're not doing it.
You're not going to even know it. If you don't get seasick in the mall, you ain't going to get seasick on
now,
the
the
ship.
Navy ships, they don't have stabilizers. You do this right here the whole time for 8 months while you're out.
Wow. You got used to it. Yeah. All right, as we leave on this, we need a Bible verse to end the day. What do you got for us, Odie?
We got, let's see. We're going to go to Psalms 139. For thou hast possessed my reins, thou hast covered me in my mother's womb. I will praise thee, for I am fearful and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Woo, there's one thing that we can always depend on, and that is our Savior, Lord Jesus Christ, to be there for us every single day. No matter what it is, ask him to come into your heart and be with you every step of your way. Hope y'all have a wonderful weekend, a safe weekend. Greg will be sitting here next week. I'll be paying attention. But until then, we'll see y'all. The show will see you Monday. Scotty Ray Report.
Thanks, Mike, for coming by and
Thank you very
visiting with
much.
us.
Appreciate it.
And good luck hunting this year.
All right.
It'll be here before we know it, won't
It's
it?
here, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all
We'll
be
see you then.
safe.